I try to get this thing. Still a look dark. I don't know why, Barbara. Vivette. I don't know. I try going to on different settings, and it's still a show me. Sure. Maybe we're going with this tonight again. Something not right. Good night, Barbara. Give me a minute. Best Monday, Danette, Aria, Vivette. Don't give me one more minute. Let me check something again. No. Give me a minute. I don't know why all of a sudden this thing did go on good. All of a sudden now, appear problem. Situation you to you, your audience. Good night, Lassam. Good night. I mean, know, maybe I'll channel, maybe a YouTube itself, because me see everything change pan it. So, me I go just go on with it for now. Me I go change the phone. And when me change the phone, I the same thing me I see, so me don't know. Alright, this is my little corner of me. Daniel Taylor, good night. Alex Sapple, Uncle Perry, good night. Barbara, Lassam, good night. So I get one PNP shirt today, but it's a little bit too tightish, I have to go back and get one bigger one. Hi, Angela from Seaview, Sweet Peas. Yeah, man, see me in my PNP shirt, yeah. Straight comrade. If I can make out a hoop on my shirt. Who know hoop on my shirt? I know what Uncle Perry tell me. Who's this picture on my shirt? I say if I don't know. Sweet Peas, say you look. Yes, girl, when we get hairstyle today, no, don't talk to me. That is the right size. It look me now, me think this should look like then Lego Pegasus. She gonna do hairstyle. And I think me done. Yeah. Me know someone think me done. Me not done. Me just a come. I the same thing on TikTok. Me don't know why. Oh, there's something that looks so dark. Hold on there. Something alright. You say fit me nicely. Alexa laugh out loud. Comrade can't down. Let me see what Rowan say. Desmond Mackenzie and you could have out of order, Rowan. You know, say you don't rate me. You don't rate me. You don't rate me now, Rowan. No, me find out say you don't rate me now, Rowan. Mackenzie. I leave me ever rate me now wear Mackenzie shirt. I leave me rate me now wear fame shirt. It's too ugly. Ain't too ugly. Alright, and I top up the screen over TikTok for me as I come on, All nobody tell me who that on my shirt, All not tell me who on my shirt. Look, I'm not gonna say name. I'm hiding here. Till you tell me. Thank you, Danette. I don't know, top up a screen over TikTok for me. Then we're going to have conversation tonight, yeah. Anyway, I wasn't home today, as I said, I'm going to get hairstyle. Can't make out the face. He is a comrade. He is one of the candidates. So he says, so no a candidate them. Donovan Mitchell. No. Guess again. Come and tell me the picture upon my shirt. That's the first thing we want to tell me. You can't know the candidate them for the election. Who is on my shirt? That's the quiz question tonight. I not start the show till you tell me. I know you can't tell me, I not keep the show. Who on my shirt? Whose picture is on my shirt? Auntie J, I was at the meeting last night. Trust me, it was not. Me see it, man. Me see it. All if me come there with the last in that crowd, so it would even make no difference. It's blurry, Auntie. The picture blurry, are you talking about the candidate from Manchester, the pastor? Can't remember his name. No. Good night, Mansa. My son, if you tell me, who on my shirt? No, if I stand up, I'm not going to see his name. I'm not going to see his name. Cousins from Clarendon, my parish. No. Mr. Buchanan. No. Buchanan? Oh, Buchanan, I run go up in a... No, I live in town. I live in town. The picture blurry. Me see it, my dear. Me sister. You know that last time we got the meeting last night at Mandeville. I told none of know who I candidate. None of them not get it. Me not tell you no. The person on the shirt. Oh, Alexa, the person on your shirt is your brother. Oh, the picture is very blurry. Oh, no, make me start laughing already. I don't want to laugh now. Because I have some other things to talk about tonight. Ian Stedman, good evening. How you doing? Again, on the look good. Let me come up near and I'm going to see a picture. See it there. Who is that candidate running for the PNP party? Danette Harriet get it. She said he is Laxley Francis. That's who it is. Thank you, Danette. When I come, put your hands together for Danette. I'm going to Danette know the candidate. It's Laxley Francis. Danette, be sure to answer you because I know, so you know who you know. They expect 25,000 people, but it was over 60 turnout. What? Can it be show boat to China? Vian. Yeah, it's Laxley Francis of the People's National Party. So I'm going to look at education tonight. So he is the candidate that is going up against Christopher Tufton. West Central St. Catherine. So that's where I live now. So this is the candidate going up against Christopher Tufton. Yes. But you know something? Not because this era and people will say it's a constituency for the Jamaica Labour Party. Don't count out Mr. Laxley until every ballot is counted. I want you to hear me good, and I will say no more on that. Don't count out Mr. Laxley Francis until every ballot is counted. Because some real surprise me there next week, Wednesday night, when we sit down right here. So God spare we life. Don't count him out until what I say, all the ballots are counted. And that's the final for that. Can't go no say nothing more. Devon James saying good morning from me. Good night from Thailand. Back you again. I love the way the People's National Party are dealing with them in those debates. Thank you, Devon. Vian said, I am excited to be there. I just imagine the PNP income tax threshold. All right, so we're going to look at that. But first, before we go to that, did you hear the outer order argument with Marlene Malaou Ford? Thank you, Janet. Did you hear the outer order argument where Malaou Ford talked about how Mark Golding can walk in an Andrew foot? There's a person make a comment on the video that I put out, and I want to read it. I want to read that comment that the person put out. Let me find the clip. Let me find the video. Let me find the video. Yeah. Let me find this video and look back for it. I hope I can find it back. But the video, the comment, let me look back for the comment. The person right, as far as I can remember. Hold on, I soon find it. Just give me like a patient, then I can find it. The person says, Mark cannot walk in Andrew footstep because Andrew have, I can't remember, Andrew have stinking foot, Andrew have bunion, Andrew have callus. I remember all of this with the man, so I say I want to read the comment out tonight, and I can't find back a comment no man. How me find back a comment them now? I don't find back a whole lot of comment them man. I want to find it for reading, I don't want to guess and spell, but I say I find the one that interesting. Then I say Andrew I use back with rent to own. Bolo, good night. How you doing, Bolo? UB, good night. I never see this in Manchester all my life in politics. Mark no thief so in can walk in an Andrew foot. Exactly. I don't know what kind of statement she gone talk about last night on a political platform. About walking a foot. About walking a foot. Who da want walking a free foot? Anyway, we never get a chance to listen to the thing today. So I'm going to play it and we're going to discuss it. I'm going to play it and we're going to discuss it. It's the release of the Manifesto Lite.
To announce closer to the election date for various reasons, and those will be disclosed today. One of them was disclosed last night at the rally we had in Mandeville.
Exactly, Vian.
I'm going to hand
Sophia,
over
good night.
to Damian Crawford, Senator Damian Crawford. Julian, you're going to go next. Oh, sure. My apologies. Julian will be asked to speak next on
Bluetooth mode.
And just to say,
Connected.
that our platform of ideas and our platform of programs for the Jamaican people is rooted in the struggles and the voices of the Jamaican people. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Party Leader, and good morning, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, and those who are watching. I think it's important to explain to the country how the commitments that we have made
Good night,
are going to
Simone.
be funded.
Good
There
night,
are
Gordon,
questions that have been
Douglas.
asked of that. And I first want to start off by reaffirming the People's National Party's commitment to fiscal responsibility and prudent management of the economy. And I want to go back a little because I believe a historical perspective is important to look at what we did
Marcia,
when we
good
were
night.
last at the wicket. When we inherited the economy
Thank you,
in
Simone.
2012, the country was on the precipice of economic collapse. The last JLP administration from 2007 to
Again, good
2011
night.
had failed the last three
Ron is
IMF
asking
tests. In
for
fact, they
everybody
didn't
on
even take the
YouTube
test.
to light up the
Jamaica
light.
faced a significant trust
Good night,
deficit
Sandra White.
where our
One
international
Marky G,
partners
power to
simply
the
didn't
world.
believe that we
Thank
were
you.
capable of being responsible. When we inherited the economy in 2012 under the leadership of the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller as Prime Minister and Dr. Peter Phillips as Minister of Finance, we had to undertake significant work, heavy lifting to reestablish Jamaica's credibility with our international partners. What did we do? We enhanced and strengthened
Hi,
the
Kelly.
fiscal rules, and we legislated,
Anthony.
and I want to emphasize this, we legislated the debt to GDP projection so that we could get to 60% by 2028. And the reason I'm saying this, it is important to understand that whether it was a PNP, JLP, or NEP, it was a requirement for the government to follow the downward trajectory in our debt to GDP. So we were the ones who, having enhanced, ensured, took the country from the precipice, we are committed
that.
to continuing that responsibility. Now, questions have been asked
night,
about
Pharaoh.
how will we fund these commitments. In the current fiscal policy paper, which is a document that accompanies the budget and it's tabled in March, the government's own projections for the next 3 years is that we will have an increase in government revenues of $140 billion over a 3-year period. And that is based on their projection of a growth rate of just 1%. But we intend to grow the economy by more than 1%. But this 140 billion is their projection. And I want to go back a little in emphasizing our commitment to fiscal responsibility. We have no intention of imposing any new taxes to fund the commitments that we have made. So in addition to the organic revenue growth, which is based on the government's projections, the way our budget is structured, of the $1.3 trillion, there's an element for debt repayment, there's an element for wages and salaries, and then there's $360 billion, which is allocated to programs. Now, our programs and our priorities are different from the JLP's programs and priorities. And as such, we are going to place the things that we consider to be critical to improving the quality of life of all Jamaicans at the forefront of our priorities. So between the organic revenue growth, between the existing envelope that exists in the budget, our commitments can be funded. Last night, our party leader and opposition leader made a commitment that we would raise the income tax threshold to $3.5 million. The Labour Party has proposed reducing the income tax rate from 25 to 15%. I want to indicate how our proposal is a more equitable one, a more just one, and one which impacts a broader cross-section of individuals. Why? Because it will put more money in the pockets of those who are earning less. And by doing so, those individuals have a higher propensity to consume. So some of those funds which will go into their pockets will be spent back into the economy, and the government will benefit through indirect taxes like GCT. So we expect that what we are proposing will in fact help and support the growth that we are projecting for the economy, while being consistent with our principles of equity, fairness, and justice. So to reiterate, we will fund the commitments that have been made within the existing envelope of the budget, including the projections for growth, without any need to impose any new taxes or burdens on the Jamaican people. In fact, we committed to removing the tax on overtime so that we could put more money in the pockets of those soldiers, policemen, security guards, people who work in our hospitality sector, again, so that it eases the cost of living and gives them an opportunity to spend more on themselves and their families. So I'll now turn over to Damien.
Thank you very much, Julian. And as you have indicated, what we have indicated with our proposals up to last night and today is our commitment not to increasing taxes, but indeed to relief taxes. And it is more equitable, as that has been the central context of the People's National Party's proposals for the very longest time. As is indicated by our calculations, a teacher, for example, would only benefit from the Jamaica Labour Party's proposal to $80,000, while a person earning to the tune of $28 million, like the Prime Minister, will benefit $2.6 million. Therefore, this reduction from 25 to 15% would once again be disproportionately beneficial to persons like the Prime Minister as versus in comparison to persons like teachers, policemen, nurses, security guards, and other persons employed under $3.5 million. It is important that we highlight to our teachers that under the People's National Party plan, over 80% of our teachers will pay no taxes and save up to $200,000 per year. That is an important implication moving forward. Additionally, our intent is to move towards growth, as was indicated by the future Minister of Finance, Julian Robinson, and the future Prime Minister of Jamaica, the future Right Honorable Mark Jefferson Golding. Indeed, therefore, we have recognized that there are some individuals who are disposed towards encouraging, engaging, and promoting growth, but they have been faced with the albatross of government debt, high interest, and high taxes over time. To this extent, we have proposed the Clean Slate program to give these individuals a fresh start. In the Clean Slate program, not only the aspect of student loan, and leader, my grandmother told me that if was the wait, him would have done bees. They have taken a part of the student loan proposal that you have given 2 years ago and tried to suggest that that is of their own, and it's for reasons like the student loan proposal as well as the rent to own proposal that they have tried to take to adopt.
Let me stop right there. You know, sister, the Labour, they want thief, we plan, but we rent to own. You see the rent to own thing? If I know you follow the politics, you remember that Damien Crawford in PNP Manifesto of 2020, Damien Crawford put out that same thing about the rent to own. Damien Crawford did put out, thank you, Nardi. Damien Crawford did also put out about pay people some light bill thing back in 2020. So, and I just know this rent to own thing I come up. Damien Crawford are the mastermind behind the rent to own. And me I go talk the truth, and not even Mark Golding concept of Damien Crawford. I make we talk the truth. Damien Crawford come out with this thing long time ago, not from this election, from 2020. And now they come and take it and make it their own, and like they want to say now a PNP a thief, then something. Does that make sense? Mr. Perry, tap up the screen. Come on, more money gone tonight. More money gone. I can't believe it. Yeah, you know, say what they may say, one of them never ever get one money gone. And me get money gone tonight. Yes. Ooh. Oh my God, some music girl send me money gone. Oh my God, thank you. Our else me need? No, me need to get one lion now, right? Yeah, me need a lion now. But me I step up in a life, me I get money gone now. So me think I go on good. Alright, so let me play back now. Me just cut that away for make we remember that it was Damien. Damien is the brainchild behind Rent to Own. It no matter who wants to say it. It was Damien Crawford. It's the PNP idea. So now, you know, Andrew Oles is a liar, and me attack that straight today. Can can't sue me. You send another one. Thank you, sweetie. Listen, me hear me say PNP want you to go rent people place and turn owner. That's not what the PNP said. This man just want to walk all about and just manipulate people. That's not what PNP says. We could have just tell you for randomly go rent people place and then you become owner. Unless we're mad, and we're not mad. Thank you again, music girl. We're not mad, we're not crazy. Y'all give me a whale one day. Whoa, me soon get a whale on TikTok. Hey, YouTube, you can't make TikTok do more than on, you know. Because me there, we do it every night, you know. I have to compete tonight with TikTok. I get 2 money gone plus Rose and send it over TikTok. Over YouTube, I get £9. £9 work out to about $13 US. We can't even we can't bring it up to $50 tonight, man. We deserve it. That's what music girls say. Yeah, man. We have to step up to. True auntie, also the student loan idea. Damien was the brainchild. Damien was the brainchild behind it. Thank you, girl. Me working hard. Sit up here till hours a night. I don't know if I do it wrong. I see nobody join me tonight. I must say, turn on the box them good. How you turn on back the box now? Hold on. Let me see. Alright, I think I open them back up now. Yeah. The world know Andrew alone. But you couldn't say it any better. You couldn't say it any better. True auntie, also the student loan. So true Douglas. The man take it and they want to take it now and blame the PNP on it. Then you look at evil Darrell Val. Oh, come next week we're going to roll out the bus them and pay them bad mind. Although we not come up with the money for sure we are how much in pay for it. We want to see the money for your bus. You think you can channel your way out of one of Darrell Val. We want to see money. Bring the receipt, come make we see it. Thank you, Drew Fall. Thanks for the compliment. Marianne Wilson. Good night. Nathaniel Brown said, yes, he said 10 year to no new tax under GLP. What about 31 billion 2016? PNP must stop them. And Ronnie saying, one by one, them going to jail. One by one, them going to jail. One by one. Daphne Powell, good night. And Verna Love, good night. Alright, so we'll get back to what Damien Crawford is saying in the Manifesto Lite. Me and them talk about, a 2-time we have put out. No, they said from day one that we have a light coming. And they don't know additional. They don't understand. It's a supplement. So we continue listening.
Decided to have a second component of the manifesto later on. Now, instead of just having the student loan where we'll forgive the interest rate, we will also put a moratorium on payment, giving you freedom to actually go forth and build your lives and come back to paying that loan. The proposal from the Jamaica Labour Party, like has been the case over the multiple years, you have no moratorium and will ask for you to find full payment before the interest is removed and before that aspect is forgiven. The People's National Party is giving automatic forgiveness of interest and fees and giving you a moratorium of up to 3 years for you to get your life in order and come back to do the payment. Additionally, we're looking at other types of debt to the government, including GCT, including income tax owed, including property tax owed. Those are areas that we are changing. But the taxman out there would be happy to know that it also includes traffic tickets. And so we will give a moratorium of 3 years for you to get your life in order and come back to make your necessary payments to the government, having forgiven the albatross of interest and fees from around the necks of the people. We believe that this great clean of the slate, that this fresh start will allow for those persons inclined to productivity to then be able to once again access loans, and the persons like student loan to be better able to get their mortgage instead, to better able to start their businesses, and to be better able to go back to schools in some cases to improve their skills. And so it is not just for the WASP to believe that there is a single forgiveness only for student loan, but a general reset of the society, a clean slate and a fresh start, so that persons can once again be a participant in our growth venture and be partners in the Jamaica Love program under the People's National Party. We turn over to Senator Donna Scott Martin.
Party leader, I was going to call on you to start up my mic for me. Because that's what you do. You lead. You lead as a servant leader, a leader who understands that sometimes they have to rescue members of their team. So good morning, everyone. When we launched the manifesto, we made it clear that it was a manifesto wrapped in love. Very much like a constitution, which reflects the values, the attitudes, and the will of the people. And this morning, when we launch now the People's Guide, it is a guide which will be adhered to by the People's Cabinet. Always listening, always reflecting what the people
PNP,
want.
Uncle Perry.
I tell you all the time, those of you who know me, that Floyd Morris taught me the most important lesson, which guides the philosophy of the People's National Party. Nothing about us without us. And we are here simply to represent you, the people. So this plan was born from listening to Jamaicans, the tourism worker who was just getting tired of having to pay taxes on the tips, the young creative who was searching for a start, the pensioner who was suffering because they had retired at what was a reasonable pension, but now it has been eroded by the cost of living, which is simply unbearable. They don't make enough to pay their electricity bills anymore. So how we arranged it, and this is what I'm supposed to be really speaking to, is that everybody gets an answer to their question. And I want to share with you. Of course, you know I'm going to pick Clarendon first, right? So Rosalie from Lioneltown would want to know. She says, I want a house, but it feels impossible. Will I ever own land or a house? And later on, Stacy will explain to you how she will. Susie asks, how will I take home more money for my family? Kemar says, I am drowning in debt. How can I get a fresh start? And Damien has already spoken to people like Kemar who need an opportunity to get a clean slate so that they can make a fresh start. These are the kinds of ways in which we have responded to people and which we commit we will always respond to people. So our constitution, our guide, is this document for the people. I will ask Stacey to elaborate on what has excited, obviously, the entire country, because the Jamaica Labour Party spent a considerable amount of time using it as though it was their own idea last night.
Thank you, Donna.
Yeah. All right, so don't get in there now.
Morning,
yes, Uncle
everyone.
Perry. Yes.
I'm going to be
All right.
speaking to land, housing,
One moment.
ownership.
Can't tell me what I drink.
I need a roof over my head.
No, get this.
The words of the mighty diamonds. Those words apply to every Jamaican. In fact, every human.
No.
But it's our responsibility to make sure that Jamaican people have access to suitable housing, land ownership. Equity and equality aren't the same thing. Equality means that you give the same thing to everybody.
It's not juice.
But equity demands that those who need a boost have that boost available to them so that we can all have similar outcomes.
Pineapple.
The PNP's land and housing policies start with a foundation that looks at the purpose for which the NHT was initially created. We will ensure that the NHT is focused on its original purpose and that the drawdown of $11.4 billion that takes place every year stops.
No sugar.
The PNP will also build 50,000 homes for low-income earners over the next 5 years. That's approximately 10,000 homes per year. And just to put that into context, the housing deficit right now stands at 190,000 units. So we are aware that the 50,000 isn't the end of housing needs, but it's certainly far more than approximately 15,000 that have been over 9 years. The JLP had promised to build 70,000 homes in 2020, and they have failed to deliver on that promise. When we see, as Jamaicans say, one house being given out, that would take us hundreds of years to ever get to where we need to get to. One of our policies is attractive, especially to people like Kedisha, my nail tech, who works in the informal sector and cannot necessarily qualify easily for a mortgage. But the rent to own program will allow Kedisha to pay rent for 6 months, and the rent that she has paid will allow her to qualify, to prove her income qualifies her for the mortgage.
Yes, Byron, that's true.
Part of that 6-month rental can go towards the deposit. But I'm going to speak now to Ashley, because if she's not doing the rent to own, how will she find the deposit? And so the Young Owners Deposit Fund, $1 billion per year, will be available for $500,000 for each young person up to age 45 years who is an NHT contributor. That will go towards their deposit. So deposit is usually hard to find. You'll get $500,000 boost on that. Because as we said, equity demands that not everybody gets the same thing. And so persons with disabilities will benefit from reduced interest rates. And as a reward to our public sector workers, they too will benefit from reduced interest rates. And for the public sector workers, a 3-month grace period.
On a demons on TikTok, we are send people live. Which part me I play nudity on TikTok? Which part me over here play any nudity? You're not going to report me about nudity on TikTok. And it's a evil. And it's a evil. And it's a evil.
But them have to have the proof.
Right? So I send back. So I see where TikTok I send me back and say. If people then send in say me I play nudity on TikTok. But TikTok will have something better than that people can just tell them something and them are going to restrict you. Me say the people them bad mind and a bad mind so till all the apps people I use and I go report them but me have nudity pan something. Which part me have nudity over here? On a wicked so. But wait man. Hold on now. Next week Wednesday I come man. We're going to send on a strong message next week Wednesday. Remember me tell you.
Auntie, the only nudity me see over here on your program is exposing the nastiness of the Labour Party.
The people then go report me now about nudity. When it's a evil man, anyone who come from, when are evil.
Just like with the party. No,
all right, then take it off. Come and answer them back and say that on a fool like duck.
I care what them try them.
We say you're not gonna know next week Wednesday. Sorry for them. The people that gonna report me say me I play nudity on TikTok. Because me I play with the PNP something. What are people then dirty and bad minds? So I never know say I only want to come and cuss Mark Golden.
To expose them.
Eh?
So I knew that you can't expose them now.
The people that report it say me I show nudity. But TikTok supposed to have something I can know when people are tell lie, man.
Of course.
You can't just make people tell you things and then not put restrictions.
You have to report the video and TikTok when you see the video and pull it down.
But me have nudity. When it's a wicked set. That make me was a 20 labor right me convinced by now and next week. Remember me tell you that. Me convinced couple already. On the stay there. So I can't stand there. I can report to TikTok. Now I have nothing to do with it. I get couple votes for next week Wednesday. Remember me tell you. Let me finish play out this.
So after they purchase a home, the first 3 months of the repayment of the mortgage,
good night, Miss School.
that will be waived. Well, not waived, but that will be delayed to give them an opportunity to furnish their homes.
You're right.
Because when you buy a new home, your income really is stretched before you can regularly make those mortgage payments.
Desperation.
So the PNP is really committed. We are committed as a party to ensuring that that roof over your head is available to every Jamaican. And there's more. The debt service ratio will be increased to 40% so that persons can qualify for a mortgage on up to 40% of their disposable income, which will increase the number of people who will qualify for that mortgage.
I'm convinced already.
Those are some of the foundational issues. Now, a house can't be built just on a foundation. Then you gotta have the walls, yeah? And our walls start with some unfinished business. Operation Pride, that the People's National Party administration, previous administration, some of it was left unfinished, and we are committed, the incoming administration, to complete that work. In addition, people who live on informal land settlements can't qualify easily to have a title. And a title gives you more than just having the house. It gives you security, financial security, and opens options for borrowing on your title. And so we will regularize informal land settlements. And there are many of those in my constituency, so I know my constituents like Chris and Nisha will be happy to hear that. The Portia Initiative, it is the program for the organized renewal of and transformation of infrastructure in all areas. That initiative, named after our beloved leader, of course, that looks at improving infrastructure renewal and urban upgrading, things like sidewalks, parks. I don't like to call them green spaces, I prefer the word parks, drainage, and such, and removal of zinc fences and replacing those with concrete walls. These things instill pride in our people.
All right, let me pause this second.
Also,
all right, Uncle Perry. Good night.
Next word, Uncle Perry.
No, next word, you better correct that. That was well correct.
Good night, Uncle Perry. Uncle Perry. You not hear me at all. Uncle Perry, good night.
Uncle Perry, you hear about the tapeworm incident?
Tapeworm?
Yeah.
No, tell me about it now.
You might talk one different story over there and you not hear me. Good night, Uncle Perry.
No, I know what is tapeworm, but me want
Let me call him on the phone. Can they talk and he not hear me? Let me call him on the
phone. Tapeworm living in your body.
Maybe not them in your body regularly.
Based on how you eat and how you treat your body.
So them in a...
they are not.
Him not hear me, so I have to go mute him, man. Okay, now. Alright, me go. Him not answer me, so I mute him. Because him not know, so I call him, I tell him, say, I hear everything what I say, and him not hear what I say. Alright. Alright. So back to where we are listening to. We are listening to the PNP. Thank you, Anne-Marie. We are listening back. Charisma. I can't even pronounce the name. Sasham, something like that. FBI opened the door. Yeah, man. Nothing wrong. I'm a boyfriend.
So for persons with disabilities, there will be a commitment that 20%, up to 20% of houses built by the Housing Association of Jamaica will be available to persons with disabilities. And retirement homes, we will ensure that partnering with the churches, retirement homes are built for our senior citizens.
Yeah.
And this will impact
That's what me
persons
believe.
of all
Like
income
this. Remember me said that long time on the
senior
program?
citizens
Right.
require, need, and deserve
That's what we need.
care from our state to ensure that they can live their lives in dignity.
Yes.
Whether the family members have deceased or moved abroad or just moved out, our senior citizens need companionship. One of the big announcements in the
channel, Voice of Jamaica.
recent budget presentations was the reduction in the time for adverse possession of government lands. And that is a firm commitment. Currently, the time stands at 60 years, which is...
Uncle Perry.
Yes.
Because your mic open on TikTok and I hear everything what you say and I try to call you and you don't answer me.
Oh, man, yes, sorry about that. But it close off though.
Well, alright. Answer me now on TikTok.
Oh, no, I'm come off of TikTok a while ago. Just actually me have to answer you on the phone.
Okay then. Well, go ahead and say what you want to say in regards to the manifesto.
Sure, I'm in it. Alright, after you listen to me?
Yeah, man.
After home, then home names.
Go ahead.
Yes. With regards to the PNP Lite, and Mark Golden gave a prelude from last night. And in fact, that prelude that he gave was that...
Good night, Betty Ann.
Was that one shot that the PNP needed to have in the gun at this particular time, 1 week before the election.
Hi, Jennifer Brown. Go ahead, Uncle Perry, my ear.
Right. So what Mark Golden delivered last night was the shot that we needed to have in the gun to ensure that we capture this election. And I'm telling you, you know, the amount of undecided people that this will impact, who was just waiting, because they may thinking of going around and give people 10 and 15,000. Hold on there, Auntie. Tavon, just give me 2 minutes. I'm coming. I'm on a call here. Okay. Yes, so if they think that this 5,000 and 10,000 that they are giving people to vote can erase the amount of working class people who will not, in other words, the normal would have paid this 19,000 and 30,000 for income tax, and they no longer will be paying that every month. What PNP has done is put buying this election out of the hands and out of the reach of the Jamaica Labour Party, because only a stupid person would take $10,000 or $20,000 to vote for JLP when they can get back $20,000 every month from tax that they normally would have
I would
paid.
do that to Vian. Yeah, thank you. So true, Uncle Perry. So true. I would be a stupid person.
Stupid and a dunce, and that is why the Jamaica Labour Party is not interested in education. Because the more dunce people we have in our inner city and our underserved communities, the more they are going to be able to win an election.
Yeah.
But when we educate the people are able to make sensible and calculated decisions.
Mm-hmm. Good night, Michelle. 1 minute, Uncle Perry. 1 minute, Uncle Perry. Let me see. This is what? Kenzert? Is it Kenzert?
Good night, Auntie Jam.
All right, good night. Just hold on 1 minute. Me have somebody. I just have to make sure I acknowledge you. All right, continue, Uncle Perry.
Right. So we just need to realize what the GLP agenda is.
Mm-hmm.
The more people are dunce and uninformed, you can just show up at them door and give them one little $20,000 and ask them to do what you want them to do. And what people need to understand is the moment you take these money from them, you're like a slave to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
And if truth be told, if what they have done, that is to pay you to vote for them, if that becomes public knowledge, both you and them is in problem.
Yes.
And will be put before the court for a criminal charge. So what you need to realize is that these politicians who are coming to pay you to vote for them are encouraging you to commit a criminal offense.
Criminal offense. Criminal offense.
They are criminals.
Criminal offense. And we need for preachers make the people then know.
And the God-given spirit that is in every one of us should be able to discern and know evil from good. What if you are caught taking money to vote a particular way and it can be proven? It's a big risk when you could easily vote for PNP, and if you are not working, I'm sure your mother is working, your sister is working, somebody for you is working who is going to get an extra $20,000 on their pay every month. Are you so selfish? Because the JP proposal is to reduce the income tax threshold from 25% to 15%, which means that somebody who is working $28 million is going to start paying less for income tax. But there are persons who are working, say, 200,000 or 250,000. They have to be paying tax. What the PNP plan is that 80% of our population, working class, or I would say 70% of our working class, work below $300,000 per month.
Mm-hmm.
And they are the big beneficiaries of this.
Tap up the screen over TikTok for me, please. That's true, but hey, this is really a good.
It's a massive thing.
Massive thing.
And because of this, there are a lot of persons who are not PNP or JLP who are classified as undecided, who are waiting to see which of the party has the interest of non-partisan people at heart. That is people who are neither PNP nor JLP. And the PNP has come up with the Trump card. The PNP has picked the right card.
Mm-hmm.
When the PNP turn over that card and the people see what is on the card, the people say this is what we have been waiting for. Because all them 0% in the first year when I give to the teachers and those things, Mark Golding's plan without him even raise the teachers them salary. This threshold has given them at least a 10% increase on their salary.
Mm-hmm.
At least a 10%.
Yeah.
And those persons who are making millions of dollars per year, with They don't have to be paying 15% now. They will still pay the 25% because they are the ones who should be paying a hefty tax. And those who are working over, I think, 12 million or 20 million, they pay 30%.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you don't interrupt that, you don't trouble that. Leave that, because that's where we're getting the bulk of our tax return, our income generation from. The people who are on the lower scale of the thing, who need money, are the ones who you should really let benefit more.
Yes. True.
And as I think Julian or Dayton said, they are persons who spend a lot on consumable items. So by virtue of that, more money is going to come in for GCT.
Yes.
Because you don't have to be working to be paying GCT.
No.
But by having more money out, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Some person now will say, all right, at least me can make a day's work come in for 2 days now and get one 10 grand or one 15 grand, because me I make an extra 20 grand.
True.
You understand? So now that day's worker, 2 days worker, have some little extra money now, we can go to the shop and buy goods that attract GCT.
Mm-hmm.
So it feedback right into the economy. Not like those persons who are on the upper scale of things, who most of the times is them things coming from overseas. Them bringing trailer load of this and trailer load of that, because that's what they market, that's what they sell.
Yes.
So them just stack up them goods, because those are the ones who make these 40 and 50 and 60 million per year.
That's true.
You understand, they have so many different ways to make back whatever tax they pay.
Mm-hmm.
So why should you not go ahead and try to reduce the amount of tax they pay? That reduction that you want to give to those high class, filter it down on the lower class and the middle class.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what the PNP tax threshold is all about. And they should be ashamed to know that the PNP has come with such a superior tax threshold over theirs, because it will not. Theirs, if implemented, would cost just about the same amount as implementing the one that Mark Bowling and the PNP has put out.
Yes.
You understand? So they should be very much ashamed. And I'm sure anywhere Nigel Clark is, he would tell them that this is a shameful position the Jamaica Labour Party has found themselves in. And this has won it for the PNP. I've never really shifted from my 42 seats, even with the latest poll. But I'm saying to you, what happened between last night and today with the launching of the Manifesto Lite, I am confident that the People's National Party will have at least 42 seats when the election results are announced at the end of the day, September 3.
Yeah. I agree with you.
I am confident.
Thank you.
All right, Auntie, I have somebody online, so I'm going to still check on, but I know your thing is broad, so other persons will call you.
No problem. Thank you.
Will continue to glow.
Yeah.
Bless you and bless all those who have the time to
Thank
listen.
you, Betty.
God bless.
Thank you. Thanks to all who Ranch Hill Taylor. Thank you. Annie, good night. How are you, Annie?
Not bad.
No, what you have to share with me tonight?
Why the crowd of man they will lick me out his seats.
The crowd lick you out. So you didn't go, you go at the meeting? Were you at the meeting?
No, me watch it live.
Oh. The meeting was good, man.
We are going to victory, Auntie.
We are going to victory, man. A victory we are going to.
Victory is ours.
Yeah. That's why Nigel run can know exactly where they come.
Me say, I'm more going to run.
More going to run. You know, you're the one Malawi Ford last night I can tell. Oh, and Mark Golding can walk in Andrew foot shoes. Me say, what kind of mad man?
Andrew left her.
Andrew left her. I will say Annie, or because Andrew left her.
Hey,
Teacher said we get 57 seats. You're too bad, teacher.
Andre, go and beat her street or lane.
No worry about she, man. If she ever get a piece of beat, that the seat that me a watch. You see the money where they in a plan for spend and buy the people, then go and yam them out.
Same way.
It's in a little team and Mark Golden used for a long time and people never understand when he said time come.
Can't go more than your time.
Exactly. Thank you, music girl. True, a lot going to run away. Time come.
Time come now.
Yeah, everybody attack. Right now, if me say me do a poll, today me go road and me whole conversation with a couple of people. And me go to the hairdresser shop. And I can tell you, say, everybody is talking about PNP going to win. I don't hear one person said the JLP is going to win.
But you say, you know, you 100 teeth, mark them manifesto.
Everybody talk about the manifesto we didn't talk about last night. Say, pay crap, then come out with. Pay crap and teeth for the PNP.
The girl, my name is the Liberate girl, they talk Saturday night. Me don't know enough fluently to read and say on Saturday night in no speech.
Which one that?
That's the one that they talk on the labor rights side.
Karen's, yeah.
No, son, few team there, alright, the labor rights team.
Kamina.
He upset one time, you know, see every vein around his neck.
But hold on, let me see what Betty said. Rice Spencer. I can see how Wendy there said Rice Spencer. We get rid of them. I call like, nah, they must not see, man. That's why we can get rid.
Run the old labor right there.
Mr. Them coming like a cross, you see, man?
Ticks in people.
Hey, Mr. Sometime, man, if you don't have faith, you see?
If you don't have God with you, man, you tell them what.
You don't tell them something I tell them, because I say, no care, come here, you tell them, say, don't come on my channel. You can't like say, if you tell them, say, come. Then just sit down, wait till I say me come. Then make all fake page for come back, you know. Yeah, man, then make all false page for come back. Since night they report my TikTok channel, so me show nudity.
They will find anything to get rid of the coverage.
They can't get rid of me because I'm a fool.
Then things, them are idiots.
Because the thing about it, they give you, when they send you the message that you can know what was reported, so you can appeal it.
Yeah. Continue your good work, continue. You can't lay down. Listen, for me can't vote, you know, for me can't get me crippled for 4 years now, me lie on me back, me can't get up.
So you can't get up none at all?
None at all, the one side me on.
That's supposed to be very uncomfortable.
4 years now, you know, auntie.
So what I want to know, you know, even if they pull you up, you can't go in a wheelchair?
No, sir, be uncomfortable in a wheelchair. He used to go on with the walk, you know, for 2012. The back was giving me trouble, but 4 years now, me just lay down, so.
You know, if you just lay down, so you know, if you still pull yourself, make your body keep moving, you know.
Yes, man, me roll over, so you know, for when me feel beard, me go on me belly and then do the back and me come back over. And me move the legs there.
Yeah, yes, Maureen Bailey, you know. You believe in a God and you believe by faith, say, miracles.
Yeah, me go and walk one day and auntie, me not give up. I don't give up. I don't left God.
Yeah.
But it could have worse.
Yeah.
I could have did long time, but God have me for a purpose.
Good night, Miss
Although
Cool.
you see me there for me back in auntie, me canvas, you know.
I'm so glad for now, sir.
So, Annie, good night.
Yeah,
Annie,
good
you
night.
get any help as themselves and the NHF?
No, auntie.
So,
No,
how you
but,
manage?
with NHF, can't help me with my medication, but
So, how you get this NHF sitting where me hear them a talk about?
You, I mean to
try
understand, you have
have
to go to the
any
doctor.
complaint like I am diabetic and hypertensive, so when you go to doctor, you full up and fall.
Oh. So when you go to the doctor, you tell them you want to go on it.
Yeah, and because them say
Try
your
you
problem.
qualify for they have the condition. I'll mark golden and come look for me one day in the past through, yeah.
They can look for you.
Almost they walk from, we could lose this, the parochial election one day. We could lose it, and
Oh, what me now try to find.
every
But which one of
of
the
them walk house to house.
which division you're in?
DA, eh?
Which one of the division you're in?
London, symbolism, however high is run getting symbols.
Oh, okay. Up now where they say you're there, up at Kellett's end.
No, but that alien town.
Oh, you're that Indian town. Me wish you could have come out if I even for them carry you for go Market X.
I mean, I know what God to do. Me tell him today, say I was there left, so work a miracle.
Cause it means say if I have something where you can't even then put you in the car and you take you out, put you in a wheelchair, just gone on a long time and just make you get for go back. Cause that seat there, we really need every X up there now.
I must. Me say, waivers are going good, fine.
So Annie, you can sit down?
No.
Wow, it hard then.
It messes.
The bones in the coccyx, they deteriorate. No life no night.
Mm.
Oh.
Help pray for me.
I will, darling, I will.
But you know, you're in a good spirit still, man, for now, so you're in such a condition.
Yes,
and you still support your party.
When it ain't just happen, me ain't in a depression also, but me tell God say him know everything.
Yeah.
Make you have your way.
So you have somebody to provide food for you, so?
Yes, man. Me want a caregiver and my church people. They rally around.
That's nice.
You know, some of them really want to come look for you. Which part of now where they there? You say Indian town.
Yes, if you come in, you come Cave Valley, you come through Brownstone.
No. Me not live that the end. No, well I know.
If you come Mandeville side.
No, me that Spanish town end. Me that come up and come through Laudersville.
Okay, but the road them not bad.
Well, me don't know how bad the road is from where you is from Laudersville. Me don't say me know road bad to a live.
Laudersville, but me down here, so so good at to them here, so they start fix from Alston to Gaspar.
You know what you did want? You did want a hospital bed. We could have.
Thank you.
Me looking
to
about,
be continued.
But the medical store they is small. For me have one, but the motor not working.
You know what you need? Me no know who could I get one lift for you. It's a thing that it have they roll you off the bed and roll you in it. When one of my patients, we have to take him to the bathroom, we have to use the lift, bathe him and all of them something there. Use the lift, put
so how that lift stay?
Alright, so the lift is something like how am I pretend now? It have like hammock. That's the best way I can explain. It's like a hammock. So it's on some iron. So what you do is to roll the patient onto it and hook them to the thing, and then it run on a wheel, and you can take them anywhere they are if they can't sit up.
Okay.
Auntie, you see this something?
Yes, me see it. Yeah, me see it.
Yeah.
Good night,
Me,
Father Bull. You sign up for it at the health center. Okay. So if you have high blood pressure, then we give you the health card too.
yes, that
Asthma,
me hear. You put
diabetic,
all in your
uh,
case.
high pressure.
Oh. So, so you can go doctor with it anytime or just for medication?
And
No, you
just for
can't.
medication.
Medication, a medication alone, you can carry go a private doctor, me hear. So me hear to private doctor
Me
go
no
to.
know about that. I just
Yes.
medication. But when
Yeah, because me know somebody
when
will
Mark
tell.
going, Mark said they go have a health card.
Yeah, we need a health
Up
card,
to,
because surgical or teeth, me
But
not pay no more.
excuse me, them did have one when Portia did in, you know. They did have one card itself where you could use.
Yeah.
We
then
used
they
to
take
go.
away for there.
It's
Them
like a
send out
swing
if you
song. Yes,
sign
Anne
up on
Marie.
some of
Yeah.
your side. I never hear nothing about it
A
as
Yeah,
yet.
little
but
flip,
with
yeah.
Portia you did have one card. You did have one card because what I can recall somewhere up at New Kingston, you did have to go register.
Okay.
Physical.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
then.
therapy.
But me not
Annie.
know now.
Annie, you get anybody for come to like therapy?
Yes, auntie.
Oh.
And you know, so somebody know I just that chicken move.
Yeah, so our voice have a lot of strength in there, gonna we
Yes,
know.
Yeah, man.
yes.
And then doctors, we have a doctor will come like every 3 months. As me want him before him come.
What, honey? You're not bad, man.
You know, man.
And that's auntie, auntie.
Thank you,
You know,
Wishbrook.
auntie. You know, realize Annie powerful.
May I tell you?
Listen, Annie Vice, you know, say Annie sick, but you can see say Annie in a quality life, though. You hear?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
No,
man, Annie in a quality life, and Annie talk truth. Annie don't come like some of
me
them will tell life or
Me
secret.
me
not lie
want to
like
know
I
though.
want
Me
this.
want to know what provision is there for persons like these who want to go vote but can't get for vote. If it's a situation, if you can't even drive them.
And you know, so what they want my cousin come from America and she say, she's sorry, they don't have this system like America where you either post the vote or so or then come by your house.
Yeah, man, we need to upgrade the
Oh, me
voting
need
thing.
vote.
Yeah,
What's Annie? As a comrade us,
oh,
we
somebody,
just keep
some,
on prayer.
miss school, and
Me no stop pray.
somebody on
I
the
mean, know,
live
say
said it's
when my ma
Hold
going,
on them,
me know,
hold on
say
them,
we get a
Annie.
bed for
Listen.
me.
somebody said only the health insurance thing is only for medication.
Yeah, man,
Whatever, I mean, I really know. Remember, Auntie, I when me hear me talk, me not sure about whatever.
Yeah, but somebody come on and type in and say it's just one. I have one and it's just for medication.
Okay, Auntie.
Yeah, yeah. Let me say, apps. Good night, apps, apps. Good night, apps.
so me will listen. Auntie, you can go and talk. Me will listen to
No
you.
problem, no problem. Good evening, Adolf Donan. I'm calling on apps, but apps not hear me at all. I them nadi, thank you. All right, over YouTube. Anybody want to call in and I can't call in? Let me finish play out let me finish play out the manifesto light. Cause we not finished listening it yet. Make we see what else tonight.
Little love, it's more than a generation, really, of lifetime.
Hi,
And so the bill reduced to 20.
from New
Bluetooth
York.
mode.
Now, this is for government lands,
Velveline,
so
good
we're not
night.
giving away anybody's land.
Connected.
the laws on adverse possession remain the same for privately owned lands, which means that people need to continue to protect their titles by fencing your properties and making sure that you don't allow people to possess it if you don't want them to.
Yeah.
Basically, the People's National Party's commitment to home ownership and putting that roof over people's head means that we are continuing our long legacy of building houses for people. Many, in fact, the majority of the housing developments right across Jamaica were built by the People's National Party. And I want to just end the myth that says anything otherwise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Stacy. Just to clear up something that I heard last night. I heard the outgoing Prime Minister of Jamaica making reference to the fact that the rent-to-own policy is something that he spoke about before.
Lie.
He went further to suggest that we are saying that you can just rent anybody's home and then own it.
Lie.
It is a lie. It is in keeping with his character. So I'm not surprised, but it is a lie.
Yeah.
We have never said that.
Yeah,
what we've said is that we will build 50,000 houses,
yes,
and that when we build those, at least 500 per constituency, that if persons who are working in the informal sector who don't have a pay stub, that they can move into that house, and once they show us after 6 months that they can pay the rent, which is equivalent to the mortgage, and shows that they're reliable, then we will convert it from rent to a mortgage. And I would suggest to Mr. Holness to pay a little attention to details. I know it's not your strength, but pay a little attention to details and do not mislead the public. I'm going to ask Senator Crawford to come back in, and he will speak to some of the partnerships.
Thank you, future Minister Dayton Campbell. I've always warned you about applying malice when there's possible logic. I'm not sure if the Prime Minister is lying. He might just not understand what we had proposed. And because he doesn't understand it, he might not be able to cross it after the 3rd of September. We must also indicate that there are persons such as policemen, teachers, and others within our society that have been stuck in the albatross of paying rent, incapable to save enough for them to eventually move towards a mortgage. And the rent to own therefore also help those individuals who are now paying $100,000, $200,000 rent and therefore rendered incapable. That in particular applies to young individuals wanting to move out of their parents' home, but also rural individuals who have migrated to Kingston and have no other option than paying rent. I've known persons with incomes of teachers up to $250,000 with a rent of $110,000, groceries of $60,000, a car payment of $30,000, and is incapable even to buy to send something for their mom when they're the first in their family to make it, with 2 sisters still in high school. The People's National Party is relieving that burden to give you that opportunity to move forward in short order. However, as has been given our indicators, we so much want our people to consume the ideas, to consume the plans, and to recognize this march on to progress, that we have simplified the document to a point that you can find your space and how it impacts you directly, even outside of how it can impact you in generality. And so one of those areas we want to speak to is the security forces, and this is our way of thanking those security forces, JCF and the JDF, for their contribution and for their success in recent times in assisting in the benefits of the reduction in criminal activity. These persons, we say, under the People's National Party government, the members of the JCF and the JDF will receive priority in some of our rent-to-own housing schemes that will be developed. Additionally, police officers and JDF individuals wishing to be qualified in a particular area for promotion will receive grants and scholarships to pursue the necessary qualifications. Security force personnel will receive a reviewed health insurance coverage to include also the psychological demands of the job. We will undertake to review the life insurance paid to security force personnel killed in the line of duty to up to $20 million and ensure that insurance and pension benefits are paid over no later than 6 months after a tragic event. We will prioritize the consideration of police applications for firearm approval through the firearm approval process, especially for active police officers. We will remove the tax and overtime pay, even as we have already removed the tax on up to $3.5 million as the new threshold. So therefore, for most police officers, they will not have to pay any taxes. And for those who go up to $6 million due to overtime, they too will find relief. For senior citizens, to whom we're grateful for the nation that they have contributed to create, we'll establish a national health insurance card for senior citizens over 65. This will not only cover drugs, but also cover diagnostics, doctor's visit, surgery, and as well medication. But the march to a national health insurance isn't reserved only to those over 65. We will also give full health coverage to those 0 to 18, i.e. children. So children 0 to 18 will be covered with a health card that will cover diagnostics, doctor's visits, medication, surgery, hospital stay, as well as certain autistic interventions and disability interventions moving forward. For the senior citizens, we will focus on the mobilization of senior citizens with skills and expertise to help drive national development at the community level through the National Seniors Service located within the National Institute of Volunteerism. We remove the wait for pension payments by starting payments at the age of 65 on your 65th birthday. Now we'll move to taxi operators. Knowing the perils of the deteriorating roads, and also knowing that taxi and private operators, bus operators, are an essential service, transporting more than 75% of Jamaicans to healthcare, to work, to school, and to other activities. We will reduce the transport authority fee to $1,000. So the transport authority fee will be reduced so that you can have some free up space, some money available to fix those front ends caused by the very bad roads that the government have allowed through their deterioration. Yeah. We reduced that fee to $1,000, and this in particular was encouraged by future Prime Minister Mark Golding after the meeting with the taxi operators. But additionally, there will be a special loan fund with low interest rate to create cash flow on parts and services for taxi operators to borrow through credit unions and utilize to ensure roadworthiness of their vehicles. The People's National Party will set up police presence as far as is possible in all major bus terminals, but also have a transportation response unit with a special distress signals for taxis to ensure their safety. The final one before we turn over to Dayton to indicate some others, I couldn't leave without speaking to our teachers. Teachers will receive internet as a tool of trade. We know that you can't say power without say knowledge, because knowledge is power, and the People's National Party is committed to improving knowledge through access to information. Teachers will be a priority for the PNP's rent-to-own program. For every year spent teaching in the public school, there will be a relief of a student loan or student loan forgiveness for that year that they teach in the public school. The PNP government will make extensive investments in infrastructure, school infrastructure over the next 5 years, leading to better working conditions for teachers. Teachers will receive special NHD considerations to facilitate easier access to housing. We will also facilitate access to motor vehicle ownership through a graduated concession. Before I hand over to you, Dayton, I would just like to tell a story of a teacher who got over 95% passes in English language at a all-boys school. I engaged this teacher to understand the basis of such success. In the middle of the conversation, the teacher had to ask to hang up to call a taxi so that she can get to school. This teacher will be rife for recruitment for overseas persons trying to take our best teachers away. The People's National Party will have a graduating concession allowing for more teachers to have easier access to motor vehicles to reward them for the work that they have done, the work that they will be doing, and the work that they will continue to do when the People's National Party takes power.
Thank you very much, Senator Crawford. The full document will be released later today, so persons who are interested will be able to view the sector that they have the interest in. We have several other love partners, including faith-based organization. We believe that the church plays a critical role in the ordering of the society, to be peaceful, to have proper values and morals, and as such we are supportive of the faith-based organization, and a fund will be put in place that they can use to do their activities. The story has been told that everything is well in Jamaica by the other side. As you go out there and you interact with people, you get the different side to the coin, the next side to the coin, that much more can be done. People are hopeful. They're looking forward to a better quality of life, and that is what we're offering them here today. We're going to take a few questions, if there are any. I know it was pellucid, so there may not be any questions, but if there are any questions, we will take those. And then after that, we will have a wrap-up from the leader of the party. Laverne, yes.
Morning, everyone. I have three questions on either side who takes it. Very often, the party is in opposition. Makes pledges.
You want to talk, but it is so low.
Caused by doing it.
At your service.
Them not understand that further.
Yes, very often the party in opposition makes pledges on the campaign trail that fall by the wayside as soon as they take office. Usually, the reason is that they did not have a full or a very clear picture of the country's prevailing economic situation. My question is, why should Jamaicans not dismiss this proposal to raise the income tax threshold as another political ploy? That's one. Two, if the People's National Party is victorious in the general election, how soon after will this policy be implemented? If you could give some specifics. And then finally, also, if you could list the top 3 priority policy proposals of all the proposals that you have made. If you could say to the people of Jamaica what you consider to be the top 3 and to give specific implementation dates for those 3 policies that you have selected. Those are my questions.
Well, on the priorities, on the last one, I would just say that different proposals fall into different categories. So, for example, the proposal to empower people to own land who have been occupying land for 25 years but are not in a position to acquire title to it because the law implemented in the colonial era requires 60 years of possession. We intend to deal with that as a legislative priority. Similarly, some of the reforms around greater accountability in government that we are committed to, we will be looking to implement those as well through developing and bringing the legislation to Parliament. On the other hand, there are programmatic things like the subsidy for school feeding, which we call the EASE program. That's a vital thing for us. There is the RIDE program, which is a subsidy for children who are struggling to attend school 5 days a week, where we're providing a transportation subsidy for up to 20,000 people. And of course, the First in Family Scholarship Program, which we are committed to ensuring that the first person in the household if they are the first ones to have applied to unqualified or are attending university or college, they can get a full scholarship. So those things which are programmatic and require expenditure, those would be 3 priorities for us. But I think you have to differentiate between those things which are priorities because they involve reforms which don't necessarily involve expenditure changes, and those which are of a programmatic nature which will require expenditure changes. And I've outlined for you what I regard as our priorities. In terms of the first question, which is the propensity of oppositions to promise things which cannot be delivered, one thing I would say to you is that because of the reforms that were implemented when we were last in government to bring greater transparency to the public financial affairs of the country, the information available to the opposition is better than it has been in years gone by. So, for example, the fiscal policy paper, which is tabled as one of the budget documents, and there's also an interim one that's tabled in September each year to because some of the numbers in March are not final numbers for the previous year's budget. So a supplementary one, an interim one, is published in September each year, is full of very critical information on the economy and on the public finances, including projections as to future revenues, but also a vast array of other things. Similarly, there's information on tax expenditures, which are a technical word meaning waivers and other discretionary relief of taxes and the cost of that to the public purse, and the medium-term debt management strategy of the government, which looks forward and says, what are we going to do to manage our debt as best we can? So those are all mandatory documents that have to be tabled with the budget each year, and in September in the case of the interim fiscal policy paper. So that enables an opposition to have a fairly good idea of what is possible fiscally in terms of what we can do. Having said that, we know that when we come into government, there will be many things that were not disclosed publicly and which we will have to deal with. That is the reality of when there's a change of government. And we know, for example, that right now there are unsettled claims from the public sector workers which have to be addressed. They've been offered 0%, which is not really an offer at all. And there are various anomalies in the public sector transformation of their compensation, which we are committed to working with the public sector unions and the representatives of public sector workers to resolving those anomalies. But there may be many other things that we are not fully aware, claims from contractors in respect of things that have gone wrong on projects and so on. There are a number of things that we would not be privy to and which we would have to adjust when we form government. But the overall lay of the land, we have a much better picture, I would say, than would have been the case, say, 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Julian, if you want to talk to you can answer the other question you had about the timing of our implementation.
Yeah, well, we're currently in the middle of a budget year, and I would say the new fiscal year would start April 1st, and so the commitments that have been made would commence certainly in relation to the tax threshold at that time. We may make adjustments, and we may have to do supplementary budgets in terms of how you move expenditures within the current band, as has been done in the past. So if you're moving monies from one ministry to another, you're required to do a supplementary budget. So that, again, is a decision that we would make once we get it. But that is a possibility because, as I've said, our priorities and the programs are certainly different from what exists with the current government.
I wanted to add one point, which I think is very important, because a false impression has been deliberately sowed by the government that we will discontinue all existing government programs and policies. That's absolute nonsense.
Nonsense.
We recognize that in the $360 billion envelope for programs, there's a vast array of programs. Some of them are long-standing and fundamental, such as the PATH program, which was started by the People's National Party and provide support for vulnerable children and vulnerable citizens. And we would never do anything to reduce that. In fact, to the contrary, we're trying to bolster that by some of the other areas which need similar support, such as the Ease and the Ride program.
Hello, good night. Hold on, let me take off the Bluetooth. I don't have an ear. Hello, good night.
Aren't you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Good. Yeah, just thank you. Just pause that speech from Mark Gold because there's a point I want to make. And even though I live in Mark Golding's constituency, Mark Golding and the councillors, and big up to my councillor Louise Newland for the Admiraltown Division and Sarah Marshall for the Trenchtown Division, two hard-working councillors. You'll be surprised to know that even though Mark Golding was in Manchester the other night, our councillor Louise Newland was in the constituency of Southern St. Andrew with us. The amount of comrades that were here doing work in the community were not in Manchester. So can you imagine if all comrades really came out? If all comrades really stepped out, Manchester couldn't hold us. But the point I want to make, where Mark Golding was speaking a while ago, we need to ensure clearly that all plans of the People's National Party are documented. So if we can save them on whatever devices, we need to save them. Because it is clear that the Jamaica Labour Party has no interest in the poor people. Their agenda is hinged towards making the rich richer. And so every time the PNP comes with their social programs, and people need to understand that the PNP is not about just social programs. They are interested in maintaining the fiscal discipline.
Yes.
You understand? But what we see from this current government is that their main priority is fiscal discipline and ensuring prosperity for a selected few. And that goes against the natural will of the mass of the people, because the majority, 80% of the people in our community, in our country, are not rich.
So true.
You understand? They are either in a stable position or they are below the poverty line. And those persons who are in a stable position, which is a vast amount, maybe about 40%, they are the ones that can pull those who are below the poverty level up. Because once they are in a stable position, because remember, most of them are coming from a humble beginning.
Yes.
So once you now start to reach out to these persons who mainstream employment wouldn't even attract them, but the teacher, I go pull them up and say, come and do 2 days for me, 3 days for me. Yeah. You understand? Mm-hmm. The doctor will come and say, come and cut my lawn for me and things, and you'll be surprised to see how them start to make a living.
So true.
One of the worst things that this government could have ever done to Jamaica is to alter the way how they measure things. They measure poverty and say that only 8% of the population are poor or in a state of poverty.
Yeah, nonsense.
Yet 55% of the school children cannot find a healthy meal every day. Now, how do you, what instrument you use to measure that? How can you be so crude to Jamaican? And I heard Damian Crawford highlighted it last night at the meeting. You can't have single-digit poverty yet still 55% of school children are not in a position to provide a nutritious meal every day. If any measurement that you're going to measure, if you start from those school children, so if we have a poverty rate, we have a 55% poverty rate.
Yeah.
Because the PNP always seek to reach out to the 80% of the population who are not as privileged as the 20%. Because some people don't understand this 80-20 ratio, you know, which governs the whole world, you know. 80% of the world's wealth is owned by 20% of the world's population.
So less.
And 20% of the world's
wealth is owned. In that case, less people are wealthy and more people are poor.
That's it. 20% of the world's wealth is owned by 80% of the population. So see, you could just look clear that equation, and the Jamaica Labour Party is watering that system. The People's National Party now is the party. Over the years, you have many parties all across the globe who take the route of catering for the 80% rather than the 20%.
Yeah.
You still need to strike a balance, because you would never want to create a society where you create havoc and violence against that 20%. You don't do that. You learn to coexist. But no one should be thriving on the back of another.
But that not gonna stop.
But you can minimize it.
How?
By increasing the wealth of that 80%. Instead of stifling them. They will always remain that 80% who will have the 20% of the wealth. But you can shift the needle. Because what that will do, that will create a more productive society. So instead of you making $1 trillion per year, you start making $3 trillion per year. So the 20% would still be making money and even more.
Alright, somebody on YouTube. Somebody on YouTube is saying what you're saying, no make no sense. He's saying
who is that person?
Nah, they delete him, but let me tell you what him did I say. Him named Thompson, but she delete him. He's talking fully 50% of Jamaicans in poverty. So it's not 20%. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but you not understand what I'm saying. I am saying that 20% of the population, they have 80% of the wealth. So in other words, I am saying 80% of the population is poor.
That's it.
But maybe the point he's trying to make, he doesn't need to nonsense people, because we are all saying the same thing. Maybe the point that he's making is that there's a 50% who are in abstract poverty.
Over YouTube, teacher.
Yeah. Maybe so of the 80% who are not rich, there's a 50% out of that 80% who are in abstract poverty, and only a 30% you would classify as middle income persons. Like probably you'd say you and I. You understand? We would not probably be on the lower end.
You know, so I never see myself as middle income right now, because after I have no income.
Okay, but
because I have a job now. Well, I know I don't have a 9 to 5 job to say now. I'm sure that at the end of the month I'm getting a salary.
Yes, but there are certain other factors that would probably classify you as being in abstract poverty. For example, you wake up every day and you are not sure where your meal is coming. You're not even sure where one meal is coming from, or just three. If you are in that state, then you are in abstract poverty.
I find it, man. So, alright, so me now work now, but true, because I can find my food, me not poor.
You are not in abstract poverty. So when we use the term abstract poverty, it's like somebody who wakes up in the morning and they're not sure where the first meal is coming from, much less three. It's just by them living by the grace of God.
Me still not see myself as in a middle class. Me not see myself as, me only see me at the poor, but at the same
so
time.
You're not in abstract poverty then. Because auntie.
But right now me soon get broke, and when me get broke, what happen?
There was a man.
No, hold on, man, answer my question, because me there right now. My little money when me have almost done, and me now work for bring in a salary. So what kind of class me I go in a?
Maybe you have to use the wisdom of God for put you in a class where you know the Lord will supply
right,
all
so me
need.
that end up back in the poor group. No, hold on, the point me I try making now. Me want you understand me say. So me that end up back in the poor state, you know, because then me go become dependable. No, me go depend and say, boy, I want that same people will send me one money and them look away there.
Right. So you are bordering on abstract poverty, and you know, those who are in the medium.
Me know say some people like listen me now say me not say that, you know, but me just, it's a point me want to bring out. It don't actually have to be me, but me just use myself.
It don't have to be a reality.
Yes.
In your case.
Right. Rosemary, good night.
But what they have done with measuring poverty, yes. The way how they measure poverty, I think, is flawed.
Everything flawed. Listen to me. Everything flawed. All the recording of the crime in the country is flawed.
That is flawed. And the mistake that the Labour Party is making, and they don't realize, I can't be here hungry.
You want to send me some vegetable? Oh, you say a good thing. Me talk. Autumn says she want to send me some vegetable. Where you live in Autumn? Tell me, because maybe me can come to you and get the vegetable. Type in and tell me where you are, and I maybe can come get the vegetable from you, and then me and you talk. Continue, all right.
Yeah, Lottie is saying it's really less than 20%, but if you round it off, Lottie, it's going to round off to about 20%.
Mr. Perry attack, 1 minute, hold on. Mr. Perry finish, me soon answer you.
Right, if you round it off, it might round off to about 20% of the world's population who controls the world's wealth. You understand?
Yeah.
And honestly, you know, it's between 18 to 20%. But we, here in Jamaica, we are at a crossroads. We have seen the Jamaica Labour Party. We have seen the Jamaica Labour Party's manifesto, and we have seen the People's National Party's manifesto.
Honestly, Mr. Perry, today the people in the hairdresser salon that was there, they said they not even listen to your manifesto, because find them are none for money and then are none again. So nobody not pay no mind much.
That is it. And what the PNP has done with their announcement of the 3.5 threshold, income tax threshold, has drowned their manifesto.
Yeah. All right, hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. Miss School, you were saying something now about Autumn. Miss School?
No, I was saying if you know the person.
No, Autumn. She always come on for my program.
Okay.
Yeah. No, man. Me know people. Me tell you, see, although me up on social media, somebody is saying be careful taking from person you don't know. All right. No. Bernard David. Me gonna tell you something about me. You see, anyway, you see me I gonna take something from somebody. My spirit already confirmed that. You say if my spirit not confirm that, then you can't give it to me. Autumn just always a come for my program. And I try hear me talk and she offer me some vegetable. I made I take it from Autumn. But somebody else maybe that come on here and me not gonna take it from them. So me work according to how the spirit move. Me trust Autumn, so Autumn is a good person. Trust me. You might tell you, there's something about a spirit and connection can tell you things, you know. You may not understand the depths and the level of what me I tell you. Anyhow something I go wrong, me I go. Anyhow something I go wrong, me I go know.
Auntie, me say I not understand.
Like when me say the spirit tell you.
Yeah. Oh no man, Auntie, me big enough to understand all of that. Because let me tell you something. If you notice I am on TikTok, and if you look at my page and you look, then you will know that I'm a very sensitive person. Me no mix and mingle. Listen.
Thank you, Bernard Davis.
Always low. You're not hearing us clearly.
Yeah, your voice is low. Anyway, hold on. Let Mr. Perry finish. Continue, Mr. Perry.
Yeah, this is just one last point that I want to make. Yeah. It has slipped me and it has just come back to me. The Jamaica Labour Party has started a whole lot of programs just before this election. Mm-hmm. A whole lot of youths, both male and female, particularly males, are out there in the roads, are out there on housing projects, and are working. And there is a little concern with them, or among them, that if the PNP should win, would these roadworks be stopped and all the plans we have to collect all of these funds by the end of the project would have been diminished? And I want Mark Golding, Dayton Campbell, and the PNP to come out clearer, because I heard Mark Golding today said that rubbish the thought that people.
But him done said that already, so him no need come out. There's you could have come to the road. No, especially why would you stop the road project?
The work that is being done, because he stated it clearly now that he will do nothing to negatively affect the lives of the Jamaican people. So I don't want any laborite to group up workers and I tell them, say, boy, if PNP win, this is going to stop, and now going to get paid, and this now going to happen, and the project is going to shut down and that sort of thing.
No. People understand how government work to Mr. Perry, and a time for Jamaica people learn civil. Remember that we have a budget that everything is out there already. If the PNP win, they have to continue with that budget until the new budget.
That's right.
So they can't come and just shift and alter everything. So stop them and walk and tell the stupid Jamaican they win in a sense.
Young men who are currently on roadworks out there,
they have to continue work.
The thing I will continue. Don't make nobody telling us say the thing I will cut as soon as PNP win.
No, but it can't be like that. There's a budget in place.
And as a matter of fact, here is good news. All of who that were working $290,000 or less every month, you won't be paying any more tax come April.
No, we need to really educate our Jamaica people better than this, though, you know. Because I don't know why they don't make the government a concern. Them are going to stop it, them and stop it. No, cannot stop presently. The budget is already read, there are works in play, and the government can't just change it, so. That's why you see Andrew always try to run out and do some things at a last moment. Like the urban center in St. Thomas when I really finished. But he want to make sure they contract them and they sitting there when me promise done before it. So Mark Golding for come in and ever change it, it a go cost the government for change it, you know. That's why I'm a rush do them things. So people have
What
to
me
understand
stop?
that with each change of government, there are stuff that will be there that the government not will be able to just come in and just rush it and change it. Over
Right.
time, they can change it
Yeah.
away and set it their way. But nothing cannot be changed until the next budget.
But what may stop before even the work is completed, if there is any evidence of waste and corruption, I can tell you that work I will go up and pause until it clean up and then restart.
Well, in that case where you find corruption.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as long as the thing is above board, no stopping.
Definitely.
And nothing to hurt or negatively affect the lives of the Jamaican people, especially the underprivileged, the poor, and the underserved.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. Thank you.
Yes, Auntie. So that's it. That's my contribution for the night. We join you tomorrow, but I'm gonna still be on.
Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
True Believer, good night. How are you? No, before you answer me, True Believer, Miss School, Autumn is somebody who we talk on WhatsApp other than only on the program. By speaking to her, I know she's a decent person. All right. True Believer. All right. Vilma. Good night, Vilma. Vilma. Why the person them under something coming at the box and me a call on and not answer me, man? What's the purpose coming in the box? True Believer. Good night. Vilma. Good night. Not a soul I hear me. I don't know what's going on. Over YouTube, everybody on the channel, top up the phone screen, man. If I must only that one can do, just top up the phone screen. Miss Cool, are you hearing me? Everybody might mute. So they not hear me. Anna, Amaya, good night. Thank you for the follow. All right, so let me see if somebody hearing me now. True Believer, good night. True Believer, good night. Velma, good night. Not one soul I hear me. Up. From up command from night, I may say, not a sound. No man sitting around over here. Anybody from YouTube want to say something? And not a soul I say nothing. I don't understand. Altan. All right, me say if me can get Altan to say something now. Altan, good night.
Good night.
Who are gone?
Why me there, man?
What you want to say make the people then here?
Well, my comment is the Prime Minister of Jamaica now, there's a Kemi Simit dead, but Kemi Simit not dead. He transferred in Andrew Wallace.
Oh, Kevin Simit.
Yeah, he means in Andrew Wallace, you know. But no care what the man are going with, he have a whole heap of followers. And then you see wrong what he do.
Oh, I can see where with Kevin Simit. But you know them people they are dieted labor right them, they're not changed.
No, they're not changed. And then if they even not change, they not see the wrong and say, boy, I wrong this.
Yeah, they not see wrong and say wrong.
Yeah, they not see the wrong. So at least he come like him, he's a chemist, Simit, you know.
Me get your point.
The pastor man, me a talk
Me know a pastor man you talk.
Unalive enough people.
Yeah.
So all we have to do as comrade, look out and don't bother fear nobody no mind and do what we work for. Try win this election.
So
win.
So what you want to tell them so them for do on election day?
Yeah, them have to just come out and vote. Everybody focus, work as a team. Work as a team that we carry home the victory, you know?
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
love
I'm in
that.
center and I mind the 4 seat in center and go to the PNP.
Yeah, man. I just pull out, if we have a base in just and the base get activated, so we just need to pull out the vote.
Yeah, we just need to pull out the vote them, you know?
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Me love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this is our first election I'm going to work.
You go work?
Yeah, man.
You know, me need to find out from my caretaker if me can get a day work, you know. Me da go work, you know. Because they can't fool with me, you know. Me go ask him. Me go call him tomorrow and find out.
Yeah, man. You can call him, man. Whether outdoor, indoor, agent, anything you can do, you know?
Yeah.
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 It's not about the money, you know.
Me can't just contribute me day. Me not talk about no money.
The commitment, you know?
Yeah. But that's why I know so they can't thief it in. All right. Vilma. Good night, Vilma. Still not getting a sound from Vilma. Good night, Autumn.
Good night, Auntie. How are you?
I'm
good. Chat.
I'm good.
I'm having a poor connection, but I sent you an article that Peter Espuit, this sociologist,
Yes.
he actually wrote, I think it was the 23rd of August.
Yes, I read it.
And he details I sent it to you, so you need to read
No,
it.
I read it. I read that article.
The one where he's actually explaining about the entire constitutional thing that the Prime Minister is trying to do.
Yes, ma'am.
So that he would have an advantage getting a president and having the senators, more senators, so the opposition won't even be effective.
Not even be effective.
And I think good for Jamaica.
I spoke about it Saturday night, you know. I think the article came out Friday.
Yeah, the 23rd.
Yeah.
I think it was the 23rd it came out.
Yeah, man. I even do a video and put part of it. I was discussing it. I saw it, man. Very interesting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Extremely interesting.
Very.
I didn't know that you saw it, so that's why I sent
Remember,
it to you.
Remember, me is a news person, so me look for every kind of me can get.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just to let the Jamaican people realize and know that the choice is ours. It's either you're gonna choose democracy.
If he get in there, you see my fight so hard, if that the man get returned 5 more years. You see all whip on social media? You see all whip on social media? They are going to make one law. Especially when I can call their name and use them photograph or nothing.
Nothing.
You hear me tell you?
You can't hold them accountable for nothing.
Nothing.
I see with no, and that is where certain constitution needs to be taught in the schools so that citizens know their constitution and know their rights.
Yeah.
And know that if anything happens, it's actually the institutions that are there to protect us, the people.
That's true.
That are really what they're really after.
People need
because
to
if
know.
you can break down that, and you have no idea, then they control you.
Yes.
It's basically that.
Yeah.
Because the ombudsman is no longer, he not have no use anymore. And they're trying it with IC, with the Integrity Commission. So we just have to know what we're doing and what we're voting for.
You're perfectly right with that. And me appreciate that. All right. Mansa.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
Good night, Jen.
Good night.
Follow up on the last speaker. This is the most important election in history of Jamaica, I think. Because if he wins again, he's going to continue with the constitutional reform. He wants immunity from prosecution, because one of the things when setting at the new constitution, the president cannot be prosecuted.
Yes.
For whatever crime he commit, he cannot be prosecuted. So I think Andrew's plan was to retire from, if Mark never stopped it the last time, was to retire, resign from the prime minister job, and then would appoint him the president, and all when go on with all of the money when thief up on them thing that you couldn't prosecute it.
And that him not try to, yes.
Yeah, so he might play chess and mark them spot him thing because I think he might try expand the Senate also.
Yes.
And the way that try extend the Senate is that where they would always have a 2/3 where the opposition would be irrelevant. They could do anything.
But that couldn't work in it. That couldn't work still, you know, because you can't let the opposition out, you know. So I don't know how them they said now that happen. The opposition would have take it straight to the Privy Council. I mean, know they would have quash it.
So he might move like a dictator, and hopefully majority of the Jamaican citizens who eligible for vote see what he was trying to do and put a stop to it from right now.
Yeah.
Because if we ever make the mistake and make this man get a third term, which I don't think it's going to happen still.
Nah, happen.
But if they ever make the mistake and make that happen, Jamaica is over with. You see me?
Yeah.
And one thing to, before me start, me do my good for it. Me do one good for the day so far. I'm just up on a labor right platform, and the host will call up on next labor right for he bunk with me and say, and she get mad pan him and cuss him off and then it end him live. So at least me do a good, whereas me end one of the JLP propaganda live them tonight.
Me not go on them platform, you know. So brother, if I scroll, me may hear them a chat some food. Me may listen if me spirit give me. But me not follow up them platform because me not listen to nonsense. Me not have the energy for that.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't never see me but me I go on them platform. Cause I just argument here go argue with them and raise up your blood pressure, you know.
Yeah, cause them when we convince some young people, because mostly that's a JP MO, you know. The young people them, because they know the young people don't know them history. The JLP history. Them always fool them with the propaganda.
Yeah.
And them always vote for them. The older people know the JLP history. Most of the JLP is for the rich people. Because just look at who go along with Andrew Holness.
Yes.
Who keep himself, who circle is around. Leaching. What's his name? Butch Stewart's son. Because remember, I say he made Butch Stewart's son an ambassador also, you know.
Me know.
You see me? The guy we own guards, man, the Indian man, the Penny Benjamin, which I know him real name, because he have an Indian last name.
Mm-hmm.
You see me? And all of them people that Andrew circle around. So him not nothing. He's not for the poor Jamaican, and him only a pretend now. Like how him pretending at 2016 and walk barefoot across the river.
Yes.
So I don't want the people them fall feet again, and we just vote them out September 3rd convincingly in a landslide. Take away some of them long time JLP politicians there. Like James Robertson, like get them out, vote them out.
Yeah,
Put
man.
them in a retirement.
Vote them out.
All right.
Thank you for
Yes,
that. I love that, man. I really love that. Vilma. Vilma, is it still there? No, man. This person come on and for night me. Me I gonna take you off now, because you don't make no sense. Vilma. And I take up the space. This other person right as a name apps, me I gonna take you off because me don't know what your problem here, so. Again, me I'll call on a name, right? And if you don't answer me, I take on it down. Because from night apps is there, and I say apps, no apps. So take off apps. Uncle Perry, not there. We know say in gone already. Leave the box then open if somebody else want contact. The box then open. Alright. Alton, you have anything else you want to say?
Well, may go and listen for I'm not a great talker, you know. May we go and listen, you know.
Okay then, alright. No, not much people for talk tonight. Anybody over YouTube want to say anything? Tap up the phone screen for me. Take it up to 150. Atom, you have anything else you want to say? how things look for you down on your side, Autumn, because me know say the man down there in a midnight with day.
The council I heard was out on the road with a lady in the night going around and trying to secure votes. That I know. But for what it looks like, to me, it looks like Bunting is gonna take this away. To be honest.
Yeah, we're winning.
It was never a competition anyway.
Never.
But as I said before, that there's another person in the running from the JPP.
Sure.
So
You know, sister, for them party mash up already. Them disagree with the two we come to join up. So I don't know how that will go.
Oh, okay.
You never see the headline?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they have discontentment, so them are separate already, and the election not call yet.
Oh.
So no much people now got them vote and take a waste from them the people. Then that make no sense.
Okay. But so far, what I'm seeing is that the comrades are, trust me, they're rearing out. They can't wait. They can't wait to go out.
Yeah, man, they're anxious.
They're very anxious.
Very
I'm
anxious.
anxious, and I vote on Friday. I can't wait to vote.
You vote already?
I'm there from 8.
No, this Friday I come here to vote.
This Friday, yes, this Friday.
Yeah. Oh, the police and them have vote Friday.
Police and the soldiers and the ED workers will be voting on Friday.
Okay. So will we be able to know?
No, because nothing will. It will just be held until the day of election when they start counting the tally. So you won't know what the vote is like.
But before we would know.
Won't have any idea.
But one time we don't know say who vote for who.
No, they won't. They don't do any tallying or anything. What they do now is just take those numbers and probably bring them to a PD and add those envelopes to the ballot. So you won't know who voted what or how the votes actually went on Friday.
So we won't know if PNP or JLP get more.
No, you won't know.
Me not talk like what I'm saying. I'm not talking like the public. I'm not saying the public would know, but people that know.
No, we wouldn't know either. The persons working wouldn't know. They wouldn't know because everything goes in an envelope. Those are the only ballots that go into an envelope, and then those are inserted into the ballot.
And then they send them to the different
election day.
And they go to the constituencies.
Right. It depends on where the returning officer wants to drop those ballots.
No, man. The ballots them indicate where you vote.
No, man. Not the ballots, I'm talking for the ones who would have voted on Friday. Because remember, it's up to the returning officer, whichever PD or polling location they want to go and add those ballots to. So they might say, okay, whatever they get from our area, they might say, okay, they will take it and drop it, say, up anywhere in Mandeville or whatever, at that PD location. You won't know. They'll just say 200 and odd ballots are added to that. So when it's time for counting, that's when you'll actually know who won what. But anything from the military and ED workers, you won't know anything until Wednesday.
Okay. I thought I have it wrong. But anyway, anybody else have anything to share for now? Not more to share, I got my bed. So
yes, Auntie, I'm gonna tell you good night until we talk tomorrow.
Thanks a lot. We keep in touch. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Over YouTube, Andrew belly full, make a next man get some of the food. The man don't want to go food at all. Alright, Alton, all of you over TikTok, and have yourself a great night. Big up on yourself. Auntie Jen, I go lay down now. Yes. Over YouTube, thanks again. One of them night, I promise you, I say we're going to go on almost one night. I never do it yet, when I'm going to try how long we can go. If you can come with me, in my bed, I'm the one in there, I do well with the company. You come? I listen for the knock on the door. All right. Have yourself a great night. All right. Over YouTube. Thanks again for being here for tonight. Have yourself a great night until we meet again. I'll catch you later. Bye. Love you.